You've tried to reduce your screen time before. Maybe you set app limits. Maybe you deleted social media. And for a few days, it worked. Then the boredom hit. The silence felt uncomfortable. Your hand instinctively reached for a phone that wasn't there. And within a week, you were back to your old habits. Here's what most advice misses. You can't just remove a habit. You have to replace it. If you take away the phone without putting something meaningful in its place, your brain will return to the only thing it knows to fill the empty space. So today, I'm giving you 3 powerful replacements. Method number 1. One of the main reasons we reach for our phones is loneliness. We crave connection. We want to feel like we're part of something. Social media gives us a cheap, synthetic version of that connection, enough to keep us hooked, but never enough to satisfy. The antidote is real human connection. Here's a simple practice. Choose one day a week. Call a close friend, someone whose thinking aligns with yours, someone you genuinely enjoy talking to. Agree on a topic in advance. It could be anything: a book you're both reading, a business idea, a personal challenge you're both facing. Then, meet at a café. But here's the rule: leave your phones at home. Both of you. No devices on the table. No just checking something quickly. No vibrating pockets. Just 2 people, face to face, talking about something that matters. Come prepared. Each of you brings thoughts, questions, or research on the agreed topic. This transforms a casual hangout into something more meaningful. You're not just filling time. You're engaging deeply with another human being. Why does this work? Because it replaces the shallow, fragmented attention of social media with the deep, sustained attention of real conversation. Your brain craves connection. Give it the real thing, and the synthetic version loses its appeal. Method number 2. Forest is one of the world's most popular productivity apps, and it works on a brilliantly simple premise. When you want to focus, you plant a seed. If you stay off your phone for the duration of your focus session, the seed grows into a tree. If you leave the app to check social media, the tree dies. It sounds almost too simple to work, but it works. And it works because it taps into something deep in human psychology. We hate killing things we've nurtured. The app uses the Pomodoro technique, short, timed bursts of focused work. Each successful session earns you virtual coins. How the coins become real trees. Focus coins. Every successful focus session earns you virtual coins inside the app. Spending coins. Once you've collected enough coins, you can spend them within the app to request that a real tree be planted. Environmental partnership. Forest partners with the organization Trees for the Future, which handles the actual planting on the ground. So the loop is simple. You focus, you earn coins, you spend coins, real trees get planted. The more you focus, the more you contribute. Right on Medium. What about the Forest Plus subscription? Forest Plus, around $5 per month or $60 per year, doesn't directly plant trees. Instead, it gives you additional features, new tree species, faster coin earning, and other perks. The subscription helps fund the app's development and, indirectly, supports its environmental partnerships. But here's the key distinction. Real trees are planted through your focus, not through your money. The subscription speeds up your ability to earn coins, but the actual impact on the environment comes from the time you spend away from your phone. The bottom line: focus more, plant more. The subscription is a way to support the app financially, but the real environmental impact comes from your consistent, phone-free attention. Forest works because it turns an abstract goal, use your phone less, into a concrete, visual, emotionally engaging experience. You're not just not scrolling. You're growing something. You're contributing to something. That shift in framing makes all the difference. Method number 3. This one sounds mundane, but hear me out. One of the reasons we reach for our phones is that we feel unproductive. Scrolling through social media gives us a false sense of doing something. But it's a trap. You feel busy without actually accomplishing anything. The alternative? Do something real with your hands. Wash the dishes. Tidy your bedroom. Organize the living room. Help cook a meal. These tasks seem boring on the surface, but they have a hidden power. They give you an immediate, visible result. The sink goes from full to empty. The room goes from messy to clean. The meal goes from raw ingredients to something nourishing. Your brain craves completion. It craves visible progress. Scrolling never gives you that. A clean kitchen does. But let's be honest, household chores can still feel like a chore. So here's a way to make them more appealing. Create a reward system. If you live with family or roommates, Agree on a simple system. Each household task completed earns a small financial reward at the end of the month. It doesn't have to be much. The point is not the money itself, it's the shift in perception. When a task is rewarded, it stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like an opportunity. Even if you live alone, you can create your own reward system. Set aside a small amount of money for each task you complete. At the end of the month, use that money for something you genuinely enjoy: a book, a meal out, an experience. You're not just doing chores. You're earning your own rewards. This transforms the mundane into the meaningful. And when your hands are busy washing dishes or folding laundry, they're not holding your phone. Here's the deeper truth. Before smartphones, people were bored. They had empty moments. And those empty moments were where ideas were born, where reflection happened, where the mind wandered. The phone has filled every empty space. And in doing so, it's stolen the space where creativity and presence used to live. You can't just take the phone away. You have to fill the space with something better. Real conversation, tangible progress, a sense of contribution. These things don't just replace the phone. They replace what the phone was pretending to give you all along: connection, accomplishment, and meaning. Start with one of these three methods. Just one. Try the cafe meeting this week. Download Forest and plant your first tree. Wash the dishes tonight and notice how the clean kitchen makes you feel. Over time, the real will crowd out the synthetic, and you'll find that you don't miss the phone as much as you thought you would. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel. And if you want a practical guide to building habits that actually stick, my book 40 Atomic Habits for Online Success is available on Gumroad. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.